Hey there, hi there, ho there. Yeah, there you go. This is what suffices for opening credits music. Hey, it could get worse. It may. We're nowhere near as dry yet as we're about to be. This is, after all, only the first week of the drive offing. Yeah, already you think it sucks, but you haven't seen anything yet. There is still time to bring Mashiach, and we will deal with that subsequently. But first, this time of year, along with Sphira in the spring, of course, musicians put their instruments away. That doesn't mean we still can't sing, and that doesn't mean we still can't get loud. However, we do put the instruments away. Now, the Sphira, a lot of guys go in the studio quietly, do some stuff, and get ready for a summer release. But, boy, this time of year, it's the drive-off, and it's just dry. So everyone goes around, updates their resumes, updates their promotional materials, and maybe some interviews. No, this isn't one of the biggest of the big guys. The biggest of the big guys don't come around here. Are you kidding? This is still internet video with less than zero budget. However, we do have a very special guest interview in the next segment, so stay tuned. But first, within the next day or two, the French will be having their big annual fireworks show for Bastille Day. Now, while we still have our Declaration of Independence, at least one or two copies left alive here in this country, the Bastille is gone. It's history. But the celebration lives on. And so, in celebration of the Bastille and its continued non-existence, to the French, we send the following. What do you get when you chuck a grenade into a French kitchen? Of course, linoleum blown apart. Now this. As promised, this is a very exciting moment when we get to introduce again some stellar new talent. This next guest comes from a very distinguished family. You have seen one of his relatives for as long as there has been Windows XP. No, I do not mean the very self-same Windows XP duck. No, our special guest here today is the nephew of the Windows XP duck, and here he is, nephew duck. Now, here's a real interesting thing about the Windows XP duck, which does not get a great deal of publicity. The ganze Mishpacha is Jewish. And our little hero here on the way up has been a bacher in one of our local yeshivas, and now he's off for the summer, and he'll be swimming around a camp someplace, I guess. So I learned out, because, of course, the entire family of Duck, XP Duck, are from the West Coast, the upper west side of the West Coast, up around Washington, isn't that right? There you go. That he has also rather a West Coast perspective on life such as it is in Brooklyn. And so, tell us, nephew of the XP Duck, what think you of Brooklyn? As I said, no instruments, but we could still be loud. And you do, of course, realize that this is all part of the Gullus. And were it not for the Gullus, even Brooklyn would look like Washington. Part of it, anyway. Brooklyn is part of the Gullus as it is today, and Gullus. Thank you very much for coming to join us. Do let us know in your comments if we should bring back the nephew of the Windows XP Duck. Now this. I know my neighbors are in something of a quandary. Because, of course, so long as it remains the drive-off there will be no... Of course, the drive-off must end sometime. And then, once again, we will be preparing for Elzman. See, that's Gullus for you. It's war. It's the intergalactic war on ghosts. There's nothing else going on right now. We have nothing better to do than to kill Tisha B'Av before it happens. And by that we mean you hit the streets. You say it loud and say it proud. Go! Shift! Now! Now! Now!